guys. So I've decided last minute that I want to join the reading rush this year. So it starts on the 20th and I think it goes to the 26th, I think. I will leave the reading rush information linked down below. I really liked in their video that they posted just talking about the reading rush this year. I really liked how they made it very casual, low-key, don't put pressure on yourself kind of stuff. But I have picked one book for every prompt, and I don't actually think I can read all of these in 1 week, but I want them to be the stack that I pull from for that week. So I was able to maneuver some of these from my July TBR, so that worked out really good. And then some of these other ones, you'll just have to find out. So the first prompt was read a book with your birthstone color on the cover, and mine is emerald green. So funnily enough, I already wanted to read Hunted for July, and so I am going to be using this one because her hood and cloak are all like this emerald green color. So that worked out really, really well. So Hunted by Megan Spooner is book 1. The next one, it has to start with the word the. So I've actually picked up The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald. I picked this up at the thrift store mostly because at the bottom it says, "I regard George MacDonald as my master," says C.S. Lewis, and I love C.S. Lewis. So I'm very excited to see what kind of like fairy tale-esque story this is. And it's short. I deliberately made most of these short because it's just a week. The third prompt is a book that inspired a movie. This was my hardest one to find on my bookshelf. Like, it was really, really hard. I don't, apparently, other than classics, I don't have like very many at all. But I went with a classic. I went with The Sword in the Stone. The Sword in the Stone, which actually is my husband's favorite Disney classic movie. So I'm going to be reading this one. So that's a classic that I've never read. The fourth prompt is the first book you touch. Now I did go through and I filmed a little snippet for you guys to watch, so I'll put that here. So I think I'm going to close my eyes. Hopefully I don't trip on too many things by my bookshelves, but I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna pick maybe 10 books and put them on a stack, and then from that stack of 10 I'm going to blind pick. So this is gonna be for the first book I touch, which I guess won't be quite accurate because I'll have touched all of them, but once they're in a stack, first one I touch. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, oops, 3, 4 to the other one. Four, 5, 6. I don't remember what number we're on. I think we're on 7. Let's go 7. Oh, what's this little guy? 8? I don't know what. Oh, I think I know which one this one is. I think this one is Jean Valjean. Oh, what's this little guy? This little guy? 10. Okay, now I can look at you guys. So the stack is behind me. I have not looked at it yet. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see my blind hand, and you just have to trust me that my eyes are closed, okay? Just trust me. So here we go. Okay, so these are them. Oh shoot, it was supposed to be the first one I touch, right? Okay. Peter Pan! You guys, I've never read Peter Pan. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so you saw that I ended up picking Peter Pan, which is really interesting. I've never read Peter Pan, so I'm looking forward to that. So the next prompt was, I'm just looking at my list of prompts here. The next prompt was read a full book outside, and I am going to choose 5 Worlds, The Sand Warrior. So I'm going to read this graphic novel completely outside. The next prompt was read from a genre you want to read more of, and I really want to read more Christian nonfiction. So I'm going to pick up Sneezing Jesus by Brian Hardin. I thrifted this one a while ago, and I know that Oshina at Oshina Gotta Read 'Em All, she read this one and gave it a decent rating a couple months ago, so I'm going to be trying this one. And lastly is read a book that is set on a different continent than where you live. So I live in Canada. I'm going to be reading A Long Walk to Water, based on a true story by Linda Sue Park. This one is set in Sudan. So there you go. This is my TBR pile for the reading rush of summer 2020. I'm really excited about basically all of them, and it would be really neat if I could get through all of this in 7 days. But let's be honest, that would kind of be a miracle. There's a lot of books here, and I'm not a fast reader. So the only other readathons I have ever done have been Kayla at Books on Mala. She does a buzzword readathon. I think she does it typically twice a year, and I have done it twice now, and I really like that readathon, but I've never done the reading rush. So this is going to be a first for me. Are you guys doing the reading rush? Let me know in the comments below.